Chapter 61 The Spectators in the Battlefield of the Marquis. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Gentle sword, it can also kill people. Shu Yuhu Hengjian stood in front of Su Xian, his eyes squinted and fell on the huge body of Black Wind Yalong, centered on the water moon sword. The turquoise lake surface spreads out, as level as a mirror, the breeze blows, and the world becomes calm and soft, the chaos of the world's passages disappears, and the scenery is beautiful. Black Wind Yalong looked at the lake, and the clear water reflected his face full of fear. His body was shaking. The calmer he became, the more flustered he became. Everyone knows that if Marquis Xueyue has murderous intentions, the beautiful scenery will become the final grave of the murdered person. No, that the Black Wind Yalong roared and expanded the Black Wind domain again. The Black Wind domain that was previously all-powerful above the world passage is now like an illusion, unable to even stir up a ripple on the lake. Xueyueho looked at the struggling Black Wind Yalong and thrust out the Xueyu sword in his hand. The seemingly slow and gentle sword made the Black Wind Yalong lose its soul. He wanted to escape so much, but couldn't. Red Devil, save me! Black Wind Yalong screamed with all his strength. On the calm lake, a wisp of fire ignited. The red-skinned monster jumped out of the flames and slashed down the sword in his hand, blocking the Xueyue sword that was stabbing Yalong. Bang! The water is broken like a mirror. The environment returned to its original appearance. The Red Devil breathed a sigh of relief and looked at Xueyueho fearfully. Have you touched the wall of the King Realm? Black Wind Yalong was also frightened for a while. Fortunately it's not the real King Realm, otherwise we would be doomed. The words just fell. The two monsters were shocked to see Xueyueho disappear in front of them. Poof! Immediately afterwards, Black Wind Yalong felt severe pain in his heart and mind. Xueyueho appeared above him at some unknown time, and the Xueyu sword penetrated his head. You think you blocked it? No. That's what I want you to see. Bang! The huge body of Black Wind Yalong suddenly shattered and turned into nothingness. The remaining three feudal lord monsters were all frightened. Xueyueho actually killed the Black Wind Yalong with one sword under their eyes. This strength is already infinitely close to the title of king, and it is definitely not something they can compete with. The two feudal lords of the human race were also surprised. They and Shu Yuhu are both resident lords of Dinghai City, and they know each other somewhat. Although Shu Yuhu is a woman, she is the youngest and strongest of the four resident lords in the royal city. It was only half a year ago that he broke through to the 9th rank of feudal lord and cultivated the 9th level realm. Only half a year has passed. Are you about to reach the realm of king again? Su Xian, are you okay? After killing the Black Wind Yalong, Marquis Xueyue looked at Su Xian, her eyes twinkling with starlight. After saying goodbye in a hurry last time, she still had many things to say to Su Xian. If it weren't for Su Xian, she wouldn't have touched the realm of the king so early. It's okay. Su Xian responded. You step back first and leave the rest to me. Xueyueho swung his sword and circled a piece of land for Su Xian. Rest peacefully. As long as I am here, no one can hurt you. Su Xian. What a damn sense of security. With Marquis Xueyue on top, I could really lie down this time. Su Xian was not a passionate young man, so he silently moved to the protective circle, took out a small bench and watermelon, and waited to watch the battle, the duel between 6 feudal lords. Not everyone can see it. Fortunately, he is the teacher of Xueyueho's immediate family member, so he is qualified to watch the battle. Not only Xueyue Marquis, the other 5 feudal lords were also curious about Su Xian. How on earth did this Silver Moon Realm boy swim from the chaotic energy sea to the bottom of the sea unscathed, and then enter here? Out of curiosity, they had no time to care about Su Xian. The most important thing at the moment is how to deal with the enemy in front of you. 6 major feudal lords. Various fields unfold. In the battle between feudal lords, who is stronger and who is weaker is most intuitively compared to the size of the domain. Su Xian commented silently. Among the 6 feudal lords, Shu Yuhu's domain is obviously the strongest. The 9-level aqua-blue domain has a faint tendency to merge into one. The second strongest one is the monster called the Red Devil, which is also in the 9th level, but is a lot smaller than Shu Yuhu's. The other 4 are only in the 5th or 6th level, so the gap is obvious. The beheaded Black Wind Yalong seemed to have only 2 realms. Su Xian suddenly felt bad. the feudal lords of the two realms chased him everywhere. After walking for a long time, it was only Shui Yueho who killed. The sub-dragon, if it were someone like Shui Yueho, how would he fight? I'm afraid the battle will be over in less than 3 seconds. Well. Su Xian ate melon and watched the battle between the 6 feudal lords, sighing in his heart that the gap was too big. Starting today, he will set a small goal, urge the apprentice to work harder to cultivate and send him to break through the feudal realm as soon as possible. If the apprentice does not work hard, the master will be sad. Bang. Su Xian was admiring it when a figure was slammed in front of him. He leaned over and saw that it was the weakest Marquis Yongyuan in the audience. I saw Marquis Yongyuan clutching his chest and vomiting blood. Seeing Su Xian sitting on a small bench eating melon, he felt even more depressed. Damn, are Shui Yueho's relatives amazing? Our 6 feudal lords are fighting. Can you, a Silver Moon Realm person, be more serious? Even learning 1.5 moves will be of great help to you. He was about to say a few words to Su Xian, but Su Xian smiled and helped him up. Are you okay? That while talking, more than a dozen healing spells were injected into Yongyuan Ho's body, which made Yongyuan Ho swallow back what he was about to say. Although this blessing could not make him heal, it was better to have milk than to be poor. Are you better? Su Xian asked. Much better. Yongyuan Ho was much more pleasing to Su Xian. Su Xian nodded. That's good, go and help, I'm here to cheer you up. Yongyuan Ho. His lips moved a few times, and for the sake of Shui Yueho and those mouthfuls of milk, he finally swallowed the dragon country's national quintessence back into his stomach and rushed to the battlefield again. The battle lasted for a long time. In the end, Shui Yueho, who was the strongest, once again used the killer move Phantom Moon and Mirror Flower Water Moon and killed a monster with one sword. The power of Shui Yueho also made monsters such as Red Devil realize that if they continue to fight, they would all fall here. This time, the battle for the world channel could only be abandoned. He looked at Shui Yueho, his eyes filled with reluctance and madness. Shui Yueho, I admit that you are very strong. I will give you the dominance of this world channel. But we will never lose this battle today, ha ha ha. We have prepared a big gift, which will be delivered to you soon, and I hope it will surprise you. Chapter 62 Seizing the World Passage. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Looking at the fleeing Red Devil, Shui Yueho did not pursue him. After all, she was not a real king. She was a little tired after using Fantasy Moon twice in a row, and it was difficult to kill the Red Devil again, and what the Red Devil said before escaping made her feel uneasy. It seems that the plot of the game world does not stop there. Marquis Shui Yue looked at the other 2 feudal lords, Marquis Yongyuan and Marquis Chang'an. I leave it to you to seize the stronghold and build the upper Chaos Star formation. I'll take care of the rest. Good. Marquis Yongyuan and Marquis Chang'an responded at the same time. Before leaving, the 2 of them looked at Su Xian enviously. This boy seems to have an unusual relationship with Shui Yueho. They all know Shui Yueho's temperament. Shui Yueho seems to be an approachable person, but deep down there is always an indifference that repels people from thousands of miles away. He must repay everything and never owes anyone any favors. This left her suitors at a loss. As far as they know, there are at least 20 powerful feudal lords who are currently pursuing Shui Yueho, from the Dragon Kingdom to foreign countries, and even in the game world, there are also several powerful people who have been crowned kings. It's a pity that there is no one who can make Marquis Shui Yue fall in love. What kind of luck does this kid have? Could it be that Marquis Shui Yue likes the idea of a queen and a slave? Specializing in picking on weak pretty boys? The more they thought about it, the more doubtful they were about life, so they turned around and left. After the 2 left, Marquis Shui Yue looked at Su Xian and said happily, Mr. Su, why are you here? Looking at Su Xian in front of him, Shui Yueho was extremely surprised. The last time we met, Su Xian was only in the Golden Realm. In less than 2 months, he actually broke through from the Golden Realm to the Silver Moon Realm. And she could clearly feel that Su Xian was by no means an ordinary Silver Moon Realm. His aura was stronger than that of the Sunlight Realm. Surprised, Shui Yueho felt that it was normal for this kind of thing to happen to Su Xian. In the underground secret room at that time, she understood a hint of the mystery of chaos from Su Xian's state of deep enlightenment, compared to the mystery of chaos. Su Xian's special power seems to be nothing. I've seen Marquis Xuan. Su Xian cupped his fists and saluted. We're seeing each other. Shui Yueho said, I told you that you are Xiao Li's teacher and we are on equal terms. From now on you can just call me Su Ying. Okay. Su Xian smiled and nodded. Although he had been promoted a long time ago, he was still a little uncomfortable facing the woman who was about to be crowned king. Su Ying, what's going on in this isolated underwater world? Su Xian asked. It's a long story. Marquis Xuan said, as early as more than a month ago, the Sky Eye system detected signs of the birth of a large world passage, but there have been abnormalities in the data. Officials studied for a long time before giving an answer. This time, 2 large world passages will be born at the same place at the same time. Due to collision and fusion, there is only one passage that can be passed by people below the feudal level, and the other one can only be broken through by powerful feudal warriors. Having said this, Marquis Xuan laughed. His smile was very sweet and beautiful. You are the only exception. She smiled more and more happily, her branches trembling, like the big sister next door. When I saw you swimming down from the sea of chaotic energy, I thought I was under an illusion. Mr. Su, you are the only man who surprises me time and time again. Su Xian also smiled and said, I never thought we would meet in this way. No matter what, thank you for helping me. He took out the jade pendant again, and this one, isn't it a little too expensive? Seeing the jade pendant, Shui Yueho had a rare blush on his face. I owe you this. Marquis Xuan said, I know, this may not be enough. I will try my best to make it up to you in the future. Su Xian looked puzzled, is there any misunderstanding between us? I helped Xiao Li clean his marrow and cut his bones, and you gave me the 1,000-chance umbrella. That's already settled. Marquis Xuan stared into his eyes, you really don't know? Su Xian's head was full of questions, I really want to know. What on earth did he do that makes Shui Yueho find it so difficult to repay him? But the personal jade pendant that blocked King Phone was already given to him, so he still wants to repay the favor in the future. He really couldn't understand it. Could it be that while he was in a strange state, Marquis Xuan took away his boyhood? That shouldn't be the case, right? Shui Yueho stared at Su Xian for a long time, then smiled, his smile as bright as a flower. It doesn't matter if you don't know. I just know. I will definitely return it to you one day. Su Xian. Playing the Riddler game, right? So what can be done? I couldn't beat him, I couldn't scold him, so I could only blame Xiao Li for the blame, and let Xiao Li practice without sleeping for 3 days and 3 nights. We'll talk about other things slowly when we have time. Marquis Xuan raised his head and looked at the chaotic energy sea. I now need to refine this place into the base of the chaotic star formation. Only in this way can we control this world passage. At that time, the game world will no longer be able to invade Blue Star through this channel, which will also be the capital for Blue Star's future counterattack. Su Xian stepped aside. I saw Shui Yueho taking out some strange ornaments from the space ring and placing them in various positions. They should be the base parts of the chaotic star formation. After setting up the base of the formation, Marquis Xuan stood in the formation, with his hands open and then closed. The chaotic energy between heaven and earth was mobilized and poured into the formation. The core principle of the chaos star array is similar to that of the defensive crystal, but the structure is more complicated. After all, the defensive crystal only needs to control one gap, and the chaos star array controls the entire world channel. Seeing this, Su Xian remembered something. The blood sea array arranged in the game world is a great tonic for him. If he can absorb that thing, it should be able to enhance the power of the red moon a lot. He did it as he thought, and he dived up from the chaotic energy sea again. From bottom to top, the speed was much faster, and he soon came to the edge of the upper world channel and jumped ashore. Looking at the central battlefield from a distance, with the help of Yongyuan Ho and Chang'an Ho, the monster camp retreated step by step, and most of the strongholds were removed. Fortunately, the blood sea array was relatively strong and had not been destroyed. Su Xian fled to the central battlefield at a high speed. Flying for a distance, he saw Xianyuan Qingqing, and the third brother was actually eating melons. Good guy, your teacher was almost beaten to death, and you are eating melons here. Aren't you worried about losing your teacher at all? Xuan Qingqing also saw him and waved her hand in joy. Teacher, here. I've finally been waiting for you. Su Xian landed, Xuan Qingqing said excitedly, Teacher, you should have dealt with the Black Wind Dragon, right? Su Xian was stunned. He finally understood why the third disciple didn't worry about him. Because this disciple believed in him deeply and thought he could control the Marquis-level Black Wind Dragon. In terms of mindless trust in the master, it was Zhangmu, the silly senior brother, who set a good example and led everyone astray. If it continues, it will develop into a unique master culture. Su Xian has no doubt that one day when the gods come, the disciples will also believe that he can easily control it. Chapter 63 Monsters Home, My Supplement. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Well, the Black Wind Yalong has been dealt with. Su Xian nodded. Although he didn't solve the problem himself, he had some credit. You stay here, you are going to do something big for me as a teacher. Xuan Qingqing was fine, and Su Xian was relieved and ran towards the core battlefield. His core supplements are there. It didn't take long for Su Xian to arrive near the Blood Sea Magic Array. At this time, the three feudal lords, Nu Tian Ho, Yong Yuan Ho, and Chanan Ho, were joining forces to besiege the Blood Sea Magic Array. Only the Hell Demon Dog and a group of defeated soldiers were left in the monster camp to resist. See Su Xian arriving, Marquis Yongyuan thought of what happened just now, and said angrily, Why are you here? Where is Marquis Shueyue? She can't move now, I'll come up first. Su Xian smiled and said, Do you three seniors need help? I am best at destroying blood magic circles. You? Marquis Yongyuan wanted to question it, but he remembered Su Xian's strangeness when he was in the chaotic energy sea, and felt that Su Xian might really have a way. Then you come and try. Thank you. Su Xian took out the 1,000-machine umbrella, and the power of the red moon attached to it. When the power of the red moon appeared, the three feudal princes all shrank their pupils. This power could actually cause their moods to fluctuate, which was strange. And this guy, what does it mean to say, thank you? Attacking the Blood Sea Magic Circle is not about eating, and someone will die if you are not careful. He watched Su Xian rush into the formation. The Hell Demon Dog was restrained, and the Blood Sea Array alone was no threat to Su Xian. In the Blood Sea Array, dense energy rays swept towards him. Danger! Just as Marquis Yong'an was about to remind him, he saw those energy rays being chopped into pieces by Su Xian's sword. Danger, mighty. I think so. Su Xian was safe and sound in the energy sea densely packed with chaotic particles, so how could he be afraid of the Blood Sea Array with chaotic energy as its core? Su Xian continued to approach the core of the magic circle. Monsters such as the Hell Demon Dog tried to stop him, but were restrained by the three feudal lords and human soldiers. Su Xian soon arrived at the core of the magic circle. There was a large hole with a diameter of more than a kilometer, which was filled with blood sacrificed by various monsters. He couldn't understand how the magic circle worked, but it didn't affect him at all to drain this place dry. He inserted the 1,000-machine sword into the blood sea, and the blood immediately turned into blood and was absorbed. The magic circle was gradually shaken. The monsters were anxious and wanted to surround Su Xian, but they had no way to escape. The gap in combat power between the two sides is huge. Now the monster camp's only source of support, the Blood Sea Array, has been destroyed, and the monsters are no longer able to resist. It's really a great supplement. When supplementing the 1,000-machine sword, Su Xian discovered that part of the power of the Red Moon had been integrated into the 1,000-machine sword. Completely integrated into 1,000-machine sword is gradually transforming. It didn't take long for most of the core of the 1,000-meter Blood Sea to be removed. The magic circle completely collapsed. Kill! Under the leadership of the three feudal lords, the human soldiers rushed in and killed all the monsters led by the Hell Demon Dog. Even the Hell Demon Dog was killed by the joint efforts of the three feudal lords. Taking this opportunity, Su Xian drained the entire core of the formation. On the 1,000-machine sword, scarlet lines are looming, echoing the power of the red moon in Su Xian's body. At this point, the human race won a complete victory in the World Passage battle, without the blood sea array, the remaining strongholds were completely worth mentioning. They were all breached and then equipped with defensive crystals. Crystals are placed in various places in the world passage, dotted all over the place, and are an indispensable part of the chaotic star formation. Victory! Nu Tianho let out a heavy breath. He looked around and saw that many familiar figures were gone. When entering the world passage, there were hundreds of thousands of human soldiers, but only half of them survived. He has long been used to seeing life and death, and used to parting. Being able to capture a large world passage with only half of the dead soldiers was already a great victory. Brothers and sisters, count the loot. Let's go home. Nu Tianho raised his arms and shouted. Go home. Go home. Go home. Go home. For most people, this war was a cruel, tragic, and torturous battle. Many people walked away from the gate of hell, and even saw their former friends die in battle. Going home is a happy thing for them. They can go home in this battle, and maybe in the next battle. Going home will become a luxury again, but soldiers never regret. War is cruel, but protecting the country is glorious. They know, to defend the country, you must first defend the country before you can return home. Su Xian looked at the soldiers. This battle was nothing to him, but seeing the red eyes of so many predators made him feel something in his heart. The chaotic star formation takes shape. With the grand formation, only one feudal lord is required to guard this world passage. The formation has been set up. Why hasn't Marquis Xuan come up yet? Marquis Yongyuan looked at Su Xian. Boy, why don't you help me go down and have a look? Now that the formation is formed, we can't break through the space and go down. Okay. Su Xian responded with a smile, pointing to the third child next to him. Then I, my disciple, will ask you to help bring him back to Dinghai King City. Oh, isn't this Dali's rich treasure? Only then did several feudal princes notice Shenyuan Qingqing and recognize him. Hello, three seniors. Shenyuan Qingqing was recognized, and could only move out from behind. Su Xian awkwardly greeted him, and took out several large gift bags from her ring. This is a gift from the junior to the seniors, all of which are potions I personally made. The three marquises twitched their faces, and took the gift bags with a forced smile. My niece is thoughtful. Su Xian saw the smiles of the three marquises and immediately understood. It seems that the third brother not only likes to help his juniors, but is also very filial to his elders. Fortunately, he evolved a poison-immune physique first, otherwise he would really find it difficult to bear this filial piety. Settled the third brother. Su Xian entered the lower passage again through the chaos energy sea. Soon he saw Xuan. At this time, Xuan was sitting cross-legged in the air, his robes fluttering, exuding a peaceful and powerful aura. Xuan's sword was suspended 3 feet in front of her, and there were several small stones with gray light around the middle of the sword. Chaos stone. Su Xian remembered that when he gave the third brother a lot of materials, he returned 100 chaos stones, but he didn't have time to understand the role of chaos stone. From this point of view, chaos stone is indeed very precious. The aura of Xuan became stronger and stronger. The 9-layer water blue domain unfolded, and under Su Xian's gaze, it gradually merged into one. Is it going to break through? Su Xian was surprised. No wonder Xuan didn't come up. It turned out that after a great battle, he was close to the edge of a breakthrough. The 9-layer domain was completely united at this moment. In the center of the domain, a gray seed slowly rose. Chapter 64. The real purpose is revealed. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Gray seeds rise. It is like a small black hole, constantly absorbing the energy of the water-moon domain. In just a few seconds, the water-moon domain turned into nothingness, leaving only the gray seed floating in the air. It is not satisfied yet. The domain was exhausted, and it began to absorb those chaos stones. The gray aura emitted by the chaos stone seems to have the same origin as it, and the absorption speed is much slower, but it still has no intention of stopping. Gradually, the chaos stone was also absorbed and turned into powder. 1, 2, 3, all 6 chaos stones turned into powder and scattered. The gray seeds have just sprouted. Xuan, who was sitting with his eyes closed, frowned at this moment. After all, is his foundation too shallow? The time she spent practicing from being a marquis to becoming a king was too short. Although she gained enlightenment from Su Xian and formed the seeds of the small world, the field was not strong enough to provide a foundation for the seeds to bloom. There is nothing we can do. Shui Yueho sighed inwardly. Now that things have come to a point, he can only take desperate measures. She controlled the chaotic energy around her, preparing to force the seeds of the world to bloom. Don't overthink it. Seeing this, Su Xian shouted helplessly, the chaotic energy thing can't be touched, I'm here to help you. He took out 20 chaos stones from the space ring and threw them at Shui Yueho. He finally understood this thing, it should be very valuable if sold. As for him, when he reaches a higher level in the future, his farts will bring out the aura of chaos. If it doesn't work, just find other disciples to collect more. 20 chaos stones are not a loss in exchange for the favor of a powerful king. Marquis Shueiyue dispersed the chaotic energy and passed the chaos stone with one hand. The world seed began to absorb again, sprout, grow, bloom, and bear fruit. For the seed, its world is over, only a fruit is left between illusion and reality. The fruit turned into little bits of light and merged into Shui Yueho's body, boom. At this moment, the passage of the world trembled, King Feng was born, and the large world passage could not contain the king's aura. King Feng's body forms a small world of its own, and every move resonates with heaven and earth, which cannot be tolerated by the large world passage. Marquis Shueiyue suddenly opened his eyes. A person who was already extremely beautiful became even more ethereal after becoming a king. She was like the fairy of the moon palace in myths and legends. To describe her as beautiful seemed to be a kind of blasphemy. She sat in silence. After a long time, the aura on his body gradually converged and returned to the soft and calm Shui Yueho. Congratulations to Marquis Shueiyue for ascending the royal road. Su Xian cupped his fists and congratulated. Marquis Shueiyue fell down and walked quickly to Su Xian's side, his smile still the same. As I said, you and I are equals, not to mention becoming a king. Even if we become a god, it will be the same. Su Xian smiled, then congratulate Su Ying on becoming the king, and also congratulate the birth of another new king in our dragon kingdom. Marquis Shueiyue smiled happily, it's half of your contribution that I became king early. Don't take it seriously, it's just a few chaos stones. Su Xian is not someone who takes credit randomly. Even without those chaos stones, Shui Yueho would most likely be able to break through with the help of chaotic energy, but it would not be so smooth. Marquis Shueiyue looked at him and wanted to say something, but in the end he didn't. She wanted to say that the seed in my body was also born because of you. She didn't know if Su Xian didn't want to admit it, or if she really didn't know, but in short, she kept this kindness in her heart. The future is long, not about morning and evening. Let's go, let's talk about it when we go back. The world passage can no longer accommodate me. Shui Yueho grabbed Su Xian's wrist and disappeared. Dinghai Royal City, Shuyuhu Mansion. Brother and sister Zhangmu and Li Xiaoli were bored, waiting for their master to return. Zhangmu concentrated on practicing. Little Li put his hands on his face, looking at the huge passage in the distance in a daze, talking to himself. Why don't the teacher and mother come back? So boring. Senior brother Mumu is so boring. He only knows how to practice. He practices from morning to night, from black to white, and he doesn't play with me. At this moment, a terrifying smile suddenly flashed across the sky above the royal city. Ah! Li Xiaoli screamed in horror. What's wrong, junior sister? Zhangmu was also frightened by Li Xiaoli's scream and woke up from his cultivation state. Xiaoli pointed to the sky. Just now, a very ugly and big face suddenly appeared in the sky above the royal city. Zhangmu followed Xiaoli's hope and looked up into the sky. There's nothing. It was there just now. Junior sister, you may have lost your mind while playing. At this moment, that scary smiling face appeared again in the sky. Ah! The brothers and sisters screamed at the same time. They saw clearly that it was a clown's face, with white face, red nose, long eyelashes, an extremely exaggerated arc at the corner of the mouth, and a scary smile. Who is playing a prank? Xiaoli said angrily, being frightened. Zhangmu regained his composure and shook his head. I'm afraid it's not a prank. We have never seen anything ugly. It makes us feel scared because the owner who created this smile is too mentally powerful. The words just fell. In the center of Dinghai King's city, a black-robed figure soared into the sky, with a voice like thunder. Clown King, if you don't just live in the wilderness, are you here to invade our Dinghai King's city and seek death? Clown King. Zhang Mu was surprised. Is it the little king among the 12 pillars of the 2 kings of the rebel army? Junior sister, quickly asked the housekeeper to activate the mansion protection array. Zhang Mu felt that something was wrong. The large world channel was opened, and the rebels invaded at this time. Even the Clown King came in person. I am afraid that he had a big plan. The royal city is protected by the array. Even if the king invades the city, he will be killed. The rebels dare to come, they must have made preparations. The terrifying clown face in the sky was completely revealed, and a creepy laugh came out. King Dinghai, do you think our target is really the world channel? No. Our target is you, the entire Dinghai King city. Today we want to let the life of a king city witness the history of the Holy Legion. Boom. Boom. There were huge explosions in various places in the interior of the king's city, and the whole city began to be filled with a green-yellow mist. The eyes of those who inhaled the mist turned red, and then they laughed strangely, with exaggerated arcs at the corners of their mouths, and their cheeks became distorted. This is my first gift to you, a surprise smile. But I prefer the name you gave it, the Deception Box. The Clown King's laughter resounded in every corner of the royal city and in everyone's mind. It cannot be rejected, it cannot be excluded, it makes them panic, makes them crazy, and makes them hate this world. Chapter 65, Crisis in the Royal City. You are listening at novelfull.audio. King Dinghai stands on the top of the royal city, his expression solidified little by little. The city protection circle has failed. Only then did he realize that something was wrong and the rebels might be well prepared. Not only did the deception box, with special spells attached to it, be quietly sent to various places in the city, but it also temporarily rendered the city's protective array useless. There's a mole. A figure flashed in King Dinghai's mind. Shu Yuhu, Nushinhu, Ongyuanhu, Shanganhu, the 4 resident feudal lords of Dinghai King's city have all entered the large world passage, and they cannot be spies of the rebel army. The problem lies in the subsequent reinforcements. Stop guessing. The Clown King's laughter rang in King Dinghai's ears. You already have the answer in your heart. Face the facts. So what if you become a king? No one can reach the temptation of becoming a god. After the words fell, King Dinghai suddenly covered his chest, and purple spots suddenly appeared on his face, spreading from his neck to his whole body. He raised his head with difficulty, and a purple-robed figure appeared in front of him, staring at him with a smile on his face. It was the powerful king of 10,000 poisons sent by the government to support Dinghai King's city. At the same time, a roaring sound like a tsunami of beasts came from outside Dinghai city, and endless monsters poured towards the royal city. King of 10,000 poisons, you have become the king. Why are you still not satisfied? Those who betray you will not die well. King Dinghai looked at the smiling face of the clown reflected in the sky, his former comrade King Wandu and the endless monsters, and felt sad. He has been fighting to protect Blue Star and Dragon Kingdom all his life. I never thought that one day I would fall into the hands of my own people. King Wandu looked at King Dinghai and sneered, don't you understand yet? When an individual's strength reaches a certain level, there is no longer any distinction between races. He looked at the people who were struggling in the royal city, with neither sadness nor joy in his eyes. They are ants, and I am the king, and they and I are no longer the same race. I have never regarded them as compatriots, let alone betrayal. I have only one goal, which is the supreme god. King Dinghai stared at Wanda King with fanatical eyes, his murderous intent overwhelming. People with different paths cannot work together, and talking more is useless. Today's battle is inevitable. He only hopes that the official reinforcements will arrive early and the losses will be less. If Dinghai King's city is really destroyed in his hands, he will become the sinner of the Dragon Kingdom. Boom. King Dinghai roared, and the waters within a radius of 100 miles surged wildly, and dragons came out of the sea and rushed towards King Dinghai's city. Work together to kill him. Even if he had the upper hand, the Clown King still didn't dare to underestimate him. This king of Dinghai, who has established a great reputation in the battlefields of the two worlds, has killed several kings in the game world. If they are determined to exchange their lives for their lives, they may really capsize in the gutter. At this time, King Dinghai had forcibly suppressed the toxins in his body, and he was as majestic as the god of the sea coming to the world. He held a long golden stick, the stick is waved, and thousands of dragons return to the sea. Every stroke of the stick carries the power of heaven and earth. The sea roars and the heaven and earth mourn. Even though he was poisoned, he still suppressed the Clown King and the Poison King by himself. One man fights against two kings alone, so brave and unparalleled. How tragic and heroic. Half of the royal city's army lost the battle and fell into the mental torture of the deception box. Endless monsters attacked, and everything made King Dinghai feel powerless. King Dinghai, if you continue to fight, the little world inside your body will be infected by my poison. No matter how brave you are, you will not be able to save yourself. Wandu King stimulated. The Clown King did not forget to sneer. You are old, run away. Give up here. As long as you leave, it will be worth it even if all the people down there die. The only thing that responded to the Poison King and the Clown King was the golden stick. King Dinghai's face became extremely old at this moment. His beard and hair were all white, his face was withered, his eyes were cloudy, and there was even a deathly aura emanating from him. It seemed that the oil was about to run out, but the expressions of the Clown King and the Poison King became extremely solemn. The stick was raised and pointed at the Clown King, and King Dinghai's old voice sounded. Clown, I won't kill you today. Your life will be taken by the younger generation. The conversation immediately changed and he looked at the Poison King. He must die. Bang. King Dinghai's shirt exploded, revealing all his muscles, his eyebrows flying upward, and the water elements gathered under his feet, turning into a raging sea. The majestic momentum and endless murderous intent made the Poison King break into a cold sweat. It wasn't until he actually faced this old man that he felt the terror of the man who had been in the royal city for 300 years, below. The royal city army also started fighting with the rebels and monsters. Not only the army, but people from the starry realm and above also took action. Teachers and students from various schools, businessmen on the streets, wives who raise their children, all those who have the ability will fight. Just then, there was a sound from the entrance of the world passage, and Marquis Xuan and Marquis Xuan led their troops in triumph. As soon as they came out of the passage, they felt the movement in the royal city. The expressions of Marquis Xuan and Marquis Xuan both changed. Something happened in the royal city, that the two remembered what the Red Devil said when he left. It turns out that the goal of the game world has never been the world passage, but to lure away some of the elite troops from the royal city and then take the opportunity to attack the royal city of Dinghai. Looking at the royal city in the distance, they saw the figure holding a golden stick, like a dragon returning to the sea, fighting against the sky and the earth. Teacher. That old guy, the 10,000 Poison King, has rebelled. Marquis Xuan and Marquis Xuan roared angrily. Soldiers, if the royal city is in trouble, follow me and fight. Rush to the rescue of the royal city. The soldiers were all furious. Their relatives lived in the city. It was their home and their destination. They must not let the monsters enter. The sudden reinforcements attracted the attention of the rebels. The Clown King frowned. What are those rubbish from Luolan Star doing? Why did Yuan Ho and his people come back? We must deal with King Dinghai as soon as possible. King Wandu, do your best, otherwise we will all die here. The Clown King walked into the shadows, holding a dagger in his hand, appeared behind King Dinghai, and stabbed him suddenly. King Dinghai was prepared and hit him with a stick behind him. The dagger was knocked down instantly. The King Wandu had a sinister look in his eyes. He suddenly reached for his heart with his hand. Poison explosion. Puff. Suddenly, the King Wandu's breath weakened a bit, and King Dinghai's eyes darkened. He looked at the blood hole that appeared in his heart for no reason in disbelief. Puff. Before he could react, he felt a sharp pain in his back again. He turned around and saw two Clown Kings, both of whom were grinning at him. Are you old after all? King Dinghai could no longer suppress his injuries. He was still swinging his stick, but his vision had become blurred, and he couldn't even see the appearance of the royal city. Each swing of the stick was based on his fighting instinct. More than 300 years of life were like a revolving lantern, rapidly flowing through his mind. His eyes became dim, the world also became dim. In the endless darkness, he saw a water-blue light and a young and handsome face. "Is it a last gasp?" he said self-deprecatingly. "What last gasp?" "Hold it in my mouth." A medicine bottle was stuffed into the bitter mouth. It was a strange medicine, fishy and sweet. Chapter 66. My disciple has the potential to become a god. You are listening at novelfull.audio. King Dinghai could feel that the toxins in his body were dissipating little by little. The vision gradually became clearer. "Thank you, little brother, for saving me." "Who are you?" Looking at the unfamiliar face in front of him, King Dinghai was stunned for a moment. He had never seen such a young talent before. "It doesn't matter who I am." Su Xian smiled, pointing to Lin Suying standing in front of her with a sword. "It's enough for you to know her." Suying Wazi. King Dinghai's eyes widened. She became a king. King Dinghai believed that his talent was extremely high, and he was granted the title of Marquis at the age of 30, and the title of king at the age of 50. But how old is Lin Suying? Only 32 years old. He remembered that when Suying Wazi first entered Dinghai Academy at the age of 16, her talent was not very outstanding, but her breakthrough speed was frighteningly fast. In a short period of time, she became the undisputed #1 in Dinghai City. Coupled with his perfect appearance and figure, he is sought after by countless talented people. In that higher education league tournament, Shui Yueho defeated the geniuses from the 4 universities with one sword and one man, unable to hold their heads high, like a generation of empresses, dominating an era. At the age of 22, Lin Suying broke through the feudal realm at such a speed that she ranked second in the history of the Dragon Kingdom and 5th in the world's history. In the same year, he entered the battlefield between the two worlds. A year later, Lin Suying, who had never been close to any man, brought back a girl from the battlefield and claimed that she was her daughter, named Li Xiaoli. That day, the dreams of 900 million young boys were shattered. There is also a group of heterogeneous and fanatical pursuers. In the eyes of King Dinghai, Lin Suying has always been a little girl. Unexpectedly, the little girl in the past has become a powerful king who is equal to him. Old, really old. King Dinghai sighed inwardly. The times are progressing, the Dragon Kingdom is becoming more and more powerful, and there are more and more geniuses. The burdens on the shoulders of the older generation will always be handed over to the young. "Can you still fight?" Su Xian's words interrupted King Dinghai's thoughts. King Dinghai came back to his senses and looked at Su Xian with a complicated mood. This young man. Why is it the Silver Moon Realm? Dare the Silver Moon Realm come to the king's battlefield? Aren't you afraid of death? Give me some time. King Dinghai shook his head helplessly. Now the world seed in my body is close to being broken, and I have no strength to fight anymore. But don't worry. King of 10,000 Poisons has also been seriously injured. As long as Suying holds on for a while and reinforcements arrive, the rebels will definitely lose. That's good. Su Xian nodded. Little brother, what's your name? Where did you learn from him? King Dinghai asked. Su Xian, he has no teachers and is self-taught. Su Xian smiled. If you want to thank me, you can thank me as much as you want when you are well. I will take you to a safe place first. He took King Dinghai back to Shuyuhu Mansion. Master. Teacher. Seeing Su Xian coming back, the disciples all gathered around him, including the eldest, second and third eldest son. Su Xian waved his hand. Butler, King Dinghai is injured. I have temporarily stabilized his injury. Please take care of him. The housekeeper was startled and quickly brought the injured King Dinghai into the back room. Teacher, do we want to go out and help? Xianyuan Qingqing said. I have a medicine that can temporarily suppress the green and yellow energy of the deception box, but it cannot be eradicated because the poison planted by the 10,000 Poisons King is hidden in the deception box. That's easy. Su Xian waved his hand. Zhangmu, go and carry 2 large water tanks. Yes, master. Zhang had long formed the habit of never asking why his master said anything, and he carried the fish tank from Shueiyueho's house without saying a word. Su Xian dropped a drop of blood in each of the 2 water tanks. Should this concentration be enough? The green and yellow energy that spread throughout the city must have been diluted, and this was considered a strong antidote. Qingqing, let the experts from Shuyuhu Mansion escort you. Su Xian ordered, rescue the army first. The people can only wait until the turmoil calms down, and then let the healing mages rescue them. Su Xian couldn't save the whole city with his own blood, and draining him dry wouldn't be enough. For now, as long as the combat-effective troops are rescued first, official reinforcements will arrive soon, and everything will not be a problem by then. Teacher, is your blood so strong? Xianyuan Qingqing licked her lips, her eyes sparkling. Su Xian felt terrified when the 3rd child saw him, and warned, put your thoughts away, don't even think about attracting my master's attention. Hey. Xianyuan Qingqing wiped the saliva from the corner of her mouth. Teacher, don't worry, I don't dare to have excessive thoughts, I just want to fulfill my filial piety as a disciple. After the 3rd child left, Su Xian looked at Zhang Mu and Shaoli, and the eyes of the divine mentor were opened. Root bone value, 95. Comprehension value, 80. Character value, 150. Suitable physique or bloodline, the compatibility with the demon body is 99%, and the compatibility with the dragon god bone is 91%. Zhang Mu's data surprised Su Xian, not to mention that his Xinqing has improved 10 points compared to before. The most important thing is that Zhang Mu has both physical fitness and basic bones, and the degree of compatibility is quite high. Demon body. Judging from the name, he should have a rather evil and violent physique, which is completely inconsistent with the honest Zhang Mu. Zhang Mu is actually suitable for this kind of physique. And the dragon god bone seems to be no worse than the demon god body. I don't have the appearance of becoming a god. Looking at Xiaoli again, the data emerged. Root bone value, 132. Comprehension value, 137. Character value, 23. Suitable physique or bloodline, 100% compatible with the 9 heavens Empress body. Su Xian was stunned. My second disciple Xiaoli has the appearance of an Empress. But isn't it a bit unrefined for the 9 heavens Empress to use a sledgehammer? Teacher, did you see my mother in the World Channel? At this time, Li Xiaoli came forward and asked. Su Xian pointed to the sky. The one in the sky is your mother, she is fighting monsters. You also have to work hard to practice. Only if you work hard to practice, you can share the pressure with your mother, understand? I know. Xiaoli responded obediently. Master, has my sister's mother been crowned as a king? Zhang Mu asked. Yes. Su Xian nodded. Zhang Mu was envious, and his heart became more and more urgent. Xiaoli's mother was so powerful that she became a king at the age of 32. Xiaoli's talent is also very high, and with the guidance and training of the master, maybe he will become a king earlier. How far can he go by then? Zhang Mu was always anxious, but he could turn this anxiety into motivation for cultivation, but in his spare time, this anxiety would make him a little upset. At this time, King Dinghai came out of the room. He seemed to have recovered a little and was able to move, but Su Xian keenly felt a sense of old age from him. The battle just now had consumed the last of King Dinghai's energy and spirit, and even if he recovered from his injuries, he would not live long. King Dinghai hunched over and walked slowly to Su Xian's side. He looked at the sky, with murderous intent in his eyes. Su Xian, brother, accompany me and help Su Ying, how about that? Even if I die today, I must get rid of that traitor. We can't let people think that betrayal is free. I have to warn people that betrayers will not have a good end even if I die. Window, _tabula equals window, _tabula push, mode, thumbs, feed, 01, container, tabula below article feed, placement, below article feed, target _type, mix. Chapter 67 Don't Waste the Corpse. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Old Senior, that's the battlefield for the kingship. Aren't you afraid that I'll be killed? Su Xian said. Just watch from the side. King Dinghai smiled and said, "You saved my life. I'm about to go to the coffin. I can't owe you a junior. Today's battle is a return gift, if possible, please save the people in the city, let's go." Whoosh. The next second, the two appeared in the sky. At this time, Lin Suiying was fighting with the Clown King. She was a newcomer to the kingship realm, and she still seemed a little tired when facing the old kingship strongmen. She could only rely on speed and the characteristics of the mirror flower and water moon. "Suiying kid, hold on a little longer, the old man will get rid of the traitor first." The Dinghai stick fell into the hands of King Dinghai, and the aura locked the seriously injured Wanda King. The killing intent almost turned into substance. "Traitor, give me your life." Wanda King was horrified, he had already planted Wanda Gu in King Dinghai's heart, why was it resolved so quickly? Is it because of that kid? The king of 10,000 poisons looked at Su Xian who was farther away. He remembered that it was this kid who stuffed a medicine bottle into the mouth of the king of Dinghai, that kid was still waving at him. Since when did a junior dare to be so arrogant in front of the king of 10,000 poisons? Looking at the king of Dinghai who was coming to kill him, the king of 10,000 poisons shouted, "King of Clown, the plan has failed, let's retreat." The Clown King did not respond to him, nor did he fight with all his strength, but just pestered Lin Suiying and did not allow him to help the king of Dinghai. He didn't care about the life and death of the king of 10,000 poisons at all. He just wanted to use the king of 10,000 poisons to force the seriously injured king of Dinghai to attack again, so that his small world, which was already on the verge of collapse, would completely collapse. Whoosh! King of Dinghai turned into golden light, and with a stick, the world shook. Behind him, a phantom wearing blue and gold armor appeared, and it was also knocked down with the stick of King of Dinghai. That stick, there were water columns rising into the sky in the waters of 100 miles, as if responding to their king. The Wandu Wang couldn't even block the stick of King Dinghai from the front, and was hit to the ground. With all his tendons and veins broken, King Dinghai flashed and appeared behind the Wandu Wang who was falling continuously, and hit Wandu Wang with another stick. An old voice resounded throughout the royal city. "Today, King Dinghai of Longwa killed the traitor Yuandu. Traitors will never be forgiven. This stick is for you, the ungrateful wolf. You were born on the Blue Star, in Longwa, and were favored by others and cultivated by the country when you were weak. You don't know how to repay when you become powerful, and you even want to leave your race. Everything you have is given by the human race, so why do you say that others are ants? Without the ancestors of Longwa protecting this land with their blood, you would have become the food of the invaders long ago, and what qualifications do you have to be king? Puff. Along with the shrill screams of the Wandu Wang, another stick was knocked down. This stick will hit you for your deep sins. As a human, you use the power given to you by the ancestors of the human race to massacre and poison the younger generation. You deserve to be killed. Vicious people are not worthy of using this power. Puff. The third stick hit the head of the king of 10,000 poisons directly, causing him to bleed from all 7 orifices and lose all his breath. This stick is a personal vendetta. I don't have many years left to live, and you still have to torment me with my old bones. Pa. 3 sticks hit, the king of 10,000 poisons was dying, but King Dinghai seemed to be still unsatisfied and wanted to beat him to ashes with a stick. Wait a minute, senior. At this moment, Su Xian's voice came. What's wrong? King Dinghai looked at Su Xian. You kid want to vent your anger too? Then come on, there are not many opportunities to beat up the king. Senior, you misunderstood. Su Xian smiled and said, I just want to say, don't waste such a good corpse, give it to me. Su Xian flew in front of the Wanda king who was only half alive. Puff. A dagger was inserted fiercely into the heart of the Wanda king, and his left hand turned into a crystal, resting on the wound on his chest, gradually extracting his blood core. King Dinghai frowned. Su Xian kid, are you extracting his Wanda body? The look he gave Su Xian changed. Not only can this kid easily cure the Wanda king's poison, but he can also extract the Wanda body that has long been integrated with the life of the Wanda king with his bare hands. This ability is simply unheard of. As the last breath of the 10,000 Poison King dissipated, Su Xian's left hand, which had turned into a crystal, also turned black and purple, and the 10,000 poison body had been completely extracted by him. Thank you, Senior. This was his first open-heart surgery, and Su Xian was very satisfied with his skills. King Dinghai looked at him dimly. What are you going to do with this 10,000 poison body? Su Xian smiled. Don't worry, Senior, we are good citizens who abide by the law and will never do anything bad with it. Besides, the 10,000 Poison King is about to die. If we don't extract some good things while it's hot, wouldn't it be a waste of resources? Alas! King Dinghai sighed. Young people nowadays are really playing more and more. At this time, on another battlefield, the duel between Lin Suying and the Clown King had also ended. The moment the 10,000 Poison King died, the Clown King gave up his plan and left without hesitation, and no one could stop him. The Clown King's arrogant laughter rang out in the sky. The Holy Legion respectfully sends King Dinghai off to the west. This is just a small gift from the Holy Legion to the Dragon Kingdom. I look forward to seeing you next time. Next time, I will definitely present you with a wonderful magic trick. The clown's smiling face reflected in the sky disappeared. This clown. King Dinghai said angrily, if I were a few decades younger, I would definitely kill him. Lin Suying also flew over, frowning and said, Old Hai, are you injured? King Dinghai coughed twice. It's okay, I don't have many years to live anyway. It's worth it to use my life as a dying man to catch a big traitor. Besides, you have become the king, and I can retire with peace of mind. Lin Suying was stunned. Do you want me to take over Dinghai Wangcheng? My temperament is not suitable for the governor. You also know that my skills require a calm mind and cannot be disturbed by too many trivial matters. King Dinghai smiled helplessly. You are gifted and have the possibility of impacting the throne of God. Naturally, I will not let trivial matters delay you, but I just hope you can help a little when the time comes. That's natural, it is also my duty to protect the royal city. Lin Suying nodded. Suying kid, what is your relationship with this kid? King Dinghai asked again. He is Xiaoli's teacher and my friend. Lin Suying replied naturally. Hello, friend. King Dinghai smiled meaningfully. Let's go down first. The official reinforcements have arrived. This time we have been tricked by the rebels. If you two hadn't arrived in time, I'm afraid. The three returned to the city. With the arrival of the official reinforcements and the departure of the rebel leader, the chaos in the city has gradually calmed down. The system prompt also sounded at this moment. Chapter 68 The Dark History of the Future Empress. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ding, your disciple Shenyuan Qingqing has prepared an antidote to remove the blue and yellow qi, and has cured the army of Dinghai King City. Both his character and alchemy have been improved. Congratulations on triggering a 5,000 times critical hit return. You have obtained 1,000 random alchemy recipes. Is this also refundable? Su Xian was a little surprised. It seems that doing good deeds can indeed make people feel happy, change their mood, and the third child is also slowly growing up. Mom! Xiaoli cheered when Lin Suying came back. I miss you so much. Little carp. Lin Suying hugged her daughter happily. She was out for such a long time, so she was naturally worried about her daughter. Now that I think about it, I still feel a little scared. If I hadn't broken through the king's seal, I'm afraid the rebel army's plan would have succeeded today, and the entire Dinghai King City would have been in dire straits. Today, Dinghai King City and even the entire Dragon Kingdom will know that she has entered the realm of kingship. Her efforts to turn the tide and save the royal city will surely spread throughout the streets and become a household name. But she also knew that the biggest contributor to this battle was not her, but Su Xian. Without Su Xian, she would not have become the king. Without Su Xian, Hai Lao would not be able to stabilize his injuries and kill the great traitor Yuandu. Mr. Su, how long will you stay in the royal city this time? Lin Suying tried to ask, are you going back to Qingzhou City? I won't go back for the time being. Su Xian shook his head. I am going to continue to be a novice instructor in the secret realm here. I should stay for a long time. Yeah, Shaoli jumped up, holding Su Xian with his left hand and Lin Suying with his right hand. This way I can be with my teacher and mother every day, happy. The two of them ignored the child's words in a tacit understanding. Lin Suying smiled and said, "It seems that Mr. Su likes to be a novice mentor. With your ability, you can actually be a deputy governor." Su Xian also smiled and said, "That kind of life is not suitable for me. Since you like to be a novice mentor, tell Mr. Hai and let him make arrangements for you. It will be a piece of cake." Lin Suying said, "Just stay in the house these days. I still have 2 disciples." Su Xian waved to Zhang Mu, asked him to come over, and introduced, "This is Zhang Mu, my eldest disciple, Xiao Li's senior brother. There is also a junior sister who is outside rescuing the military, the third in line, and is Xiao Li's junior sister." Zhang Mu was very cautious and said respectfully, "Junior Zhang Mu, I have met Shui Yueho." Su Xian smiled and said, "From now on, he will be King Shui Yue." Xiao Li patted Zhang Mu carelessly, "Senior brother Mu, it's too unfamiliar for you to call my mother your senior. This is the mother of your invincible, well-behaved and lovely junior sister. Don't be too harsh, for junior sister's mother, just call her master's wife." Ahem. Su Xian coughed lightly, "Zhang Mu, take your junior sister to play. This little genius with names is getting more and more outrageous." "Humph." Xiao Li snorted, "Senior brother Mu, let's go play with the cowhorse team and break up with the teacher for 10 minutes. Su Xian held his forehead. If the second child really becomes a female empress in the future, I wonder if this life where Tian Tian and his senior brothers are known as the cow and horse combination will become the biggest dark history of the Empress of the 9 heavens. Late afternoon, Xianyuan Qingqing returned to Shuyuhu mansion, panting and unable to stand up straight, but her eyes were shining with an excited expression on her face. "Teacher, I'm back." Su Xian walked out of the mansion, and Xiaoli also walked out at the same time. "Junior sister Qingqing, you are back." Li Xiaoli welcomed him warmly. When she heard the word junior sister, Xianyuan Qingqing's smile suddenly lost half of her smile. She still couldn't get over the threshold of senior sister is a primary school student. "Get out of the way first." The third child moved Xiaoli aside with his hand. "I have something important to tell the teacher." Xianyuan Qingqing jumped up to Su Xian and said excitedly, "Teacher, when I was purifying the infected people in the royal city today, I accidentally developed a master-level pharmaceutical formula. Do you know what this means?" "Master level. You can now find an alchemy instructor at Longdu Academy." I was very nervous at the time. Many infected patients had different complications. I needed to constantly improve the medicine. Unexpectedly, I accidentally developed a master-level formula. I think it was my good deeds and virtue, and God was moved to give me this gift. Xianyuan Qingqing kept talking. Su Xian looked at her silently, trying not to laugh. "Teacher, don't you have anything to comment on? Your disciple has become an alchemist master. It's very honorable to say that." Xianyuan Qingqing said angrily. Su Xian grabbed a handful of parchment from the space ring. "Is this the master-level alchemy formula you are talking about?" The third child was stunned. She took the parchment formula from Su Xian's hand and browsed the contents carefully. This. Lao San's hands were shaking. These alchemy formulas were all master-level, and there were even expert-level formulas. The most important thing is that these alchemical formulas have never appeared on the market and are all brand-new formulas. "Teacher, did you loot the Alchemy Guild headquarters?" Xianyuan Qingqing really couldn't imagine where else to find so many new master-level and expert-level alchemy formulas other than the Alchemy Guild Association. "I'll give you all the chance I got." Su Xian gave all the formulas returned by the system to Lao San. This thing was of no use to him, but it could help Lao San grow up quickly, save some of the energy spent on alchemy, and practice more. Xianyuan Qingqing squeezed her arm hard. "I'm not dreaming. So many alchemy formulas, She was so excited that she couldn't speak. "This is just a small gift. The master has a big gift for you." Su Xian didn't care about the alchemy formula at all, and he couldn't return it. He cared more about the poisonous body. implanting the right physique or bloodline for the disciple should allow his chaotic body to evolve again, right? There is a big gift. Xuan Qingqing was stunned. 1,000 formulas that were enough to drive alchemists all over the world crazy could only be considered a small gift. How big was the big gift? Follow me. Su Xian took Xuan Qingqing into the room and pointed to the curtain separating the room. Go over there and lie down, take off all your clothes, and concentrate. The master gave you a fortune, I hope you can grasp it. Yes. Xuan Qingqing didn't know what Su Xian was going to do, but she chose to believe in her teacher. She walked behind the curtain, took off her clothes according to Su Xian's instructions, and lay on the Xuanyu bed prepared in advance. The hand of the divine mentor was activated. Su Xian's left hand gradually turned into a black and purple crystal. The crystal fell off and turned into a particle. Under Su Xian's control, it pierced from the spine of Xuan Qingqing's back. Ah! Xuan Qingqing let out a miserable howl, and her skin instantly turned black and purple, and her expression was painful. Hold it, merge it. Su Xian's voice came. Xuan Qingqing clenched her teeth, clenched her hands, and her nails were embedded in her flesh and blood. Her thoughts became blurred at this moment. Her body was as if it was torn apart, making her miserable. It felt like countless ants were gnawing at her heart, and there were needles piercing her skin one after another. She gradually became numb and her consciousness began to sink. Qingqing, Su Xian's voice came again, hold on, after passing this level, you will be able to stand above millions of people. Don't forget your dream, you still have to become the greatest alchemist in the world. Xuan Qingqing trembled suddenly. I will hold on. I will become the greatest alchemist. I will go on with my teacher. I can't fall here. That she was supported by her thoughts. Gradually, the pain eased, replaced by waves of comfort. It seemed that the perception of the spiritual energy of heaven and earth became clearer. Many hidden injuries and diseases left by previous alchemy experiments also disappeared completely. Even her realm has entered the sun realm at this moment. This is just the most superficial benefit. She knew that the real benefits were far more than these. What kind of fortune did the teacher give her? Chapter 69 Evolution Again, New Abilities. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ding, your disciple Xuan Qingqing has successfully implanted the Wandu body. Congratulations on getting 8,000 times the critical strike return. Your Chaos Body prototype has evolved. Chaos Body Prototype Evolution Degree, 12%. During this evolution, you have gained the Fire Element Immunity Effect and the active ability Replica. Replica, you can temporarily replicate the ability attributes of the touched object through contact, and the duration is 3 days. Once the deadline is up, the replicated ability attributes will be erased by the chaos power in your body. The system prompt sounded. Sure enough, the Chaos Body prototype evolved again, and it evolved by 12% at a time. Not only did it awaken the fire element immunity, but it also gained an active ability, Replica, adding another trump card to him. Su Xian walked out of the room. The moment he opened the door, several eyes fell on him at the same time. Outside the door, Lin Suying, Li Xiaoli, Zhang Mu, King Ding Hai, an unknown housekeeper, and Yongyuan Ho and Chang'an Ho were all there. Why are there so many people? Su Xian was startled. Don't look at me with such strange eyes. Ding Hai Wang smiled and said, Suying kid called us to come for dinner. I heard screams here and came to see what you are doing. It's okay, let's go. Su Xian waved his hand. I'm helping my disciples improve. Master, is junior sister Qingqing okay? Zhang Mu asked with concern. Xiaoli also came up. Teacher, did junior sister Qingqing make you angry, and then you spanked her hard like my aunt spanked me? So scary teacher, you won't spank me in the future, will you? Su Xian suddenly felt that this disciple really needed to be taught a lesson by her aunt. Lin Suying immediately pulled Xiaoli back. Xiaoli, don't talk nonsense. The teacher has his reasons for doing this. Don't talk nonsense in the future. Su Xian looked at the two disciples and said, that was Qingqing's opportunity. If your opportunity comes, there will be such a day. Ah! Zhang Mu was stunned. Master, even I can't escape. Su Xian kicked him without saying a word. Zhang Mu flew out directly, while the few people were chatting, Xuan Qingqing also walked out of the room, staggering, obviously not fully adapted to the 10,000 poison body. The moment they saw Xuan Qingqing, King Dinghai and Lin Suiying's faces changed at the same time, and they exclaimed. 10,000 poison body. Yeah. Su Xian nodded, the 10,000 poison body has been transplanted to Qingqing by me. Facts have proved that she is very suitable for this physique and has adapted to it in a short time. No wonder you didn't let me smash the traitor Yuandu. King Dinghai suddenly realized, at the same time, he was amazed at Su Xian's ability. It was very difficult to extract the 10,000 poison body, and it was even more difficult to find the right person and transplant it perfectly. Su Xian was really mysterious, and he had all kinds of tricks and secrets hidden in his body. He had lived for more than 300 years and had never seen it. Teacher, were you transplanting the 10,000 poison body to me before? Xuan Qingqing was also surprised. She knew very well how important the 10,000 poison body was to an alchemist. With this physique, she could start many projects that she could not experiment with before, and she didn't have to worry about danger. Teacher, thank you. Xuan Qingqing cried with joy, lying on Su Xian's shoulder and crying like a child. Okay, stop crying. Su Xian comforted, as long as you use it well and don't disappoint your teacher's expectations, from now on, you will have a heavier responsibility on your shoulders. Come on, don't let your teacher down. Lin Suiying saw this and smiled, don't stand, come and eat. It's a good thing that the 10,000 poison body can be used by the younger generation, and it's worth congratulating. Eat, eat. I'm a little hungry too. Suiying kid cooks in person, and there are not many opportunities. I, an old man, have eaten 2 or 3 times with the blessing of Xiaoli. The dinner was held in the courtyard of Shueiyue Marquis' mansion. The whole table of dishes, all made of high-quality spiritual ingredients, looks very appetizing. Teacher, please sit here. Xiaoli pointed to the seat on the right of Lin Suiying, and sat on the left of his mother. Dinghai Wang was very casual, not paying much attention to those cumbersome etiquette, and found a seat to sit down. Others also took their seats. Come, let's raise our glasses and congratulate Suiying for entering the realm of king. Congratulations to my dragon kingdom for having another king. Everyone raised their glasses and drank together, chatting about everything. Xiaoli was always very sensible and picked up food for Su Xian. Teacher, this is the braised dragon head made by my mother. 2 dragon marrows, 1 for you and 1 for me. And this is the forgotten clam that my mother made secretly last year. It is also very delicious. Please try it. This is the daughter's red wine that my mother has kept for a long time. I originally wanted to open it when I got married, but since you are here for the first time and it happened to be my mother's wedding, I specially presented it to you. And there is more. Li Xiaoli kept picking up food for Su Xian, and at the same time explained the hard process of her mother making these dishes. Other people's eyes fell on Li Xiaoli. This little guy is very wrong. They also tacitly did not interrupt Li Xiaoli's personal show, chatting about other topics, drinking wine, and keeping the atmosphere at a delicate level. Su Xian, don't you have something to say to Hai Lao? Lin Suiying changed the subject at the right time. Oh, yes. Su Xian looked at King Dinghai and said, Old Hai, I want to find a secret realm near the royal city to be a novice mentor. Do you think there is a suitable place to arrange it? You want to be a novice mentor? King Dinghai was stunned. You are about to move into the Shueiyue Palace. Why do you want to be a novice mentor? Marquis Yongyuan and Marquis Chang'an didn't understand it very well. They were Su Xian's predecessors a few days ago. Looking at the situation, they will become juniors once King Shueiyue takes the throne. With this background, why be a novice mentor? Isn't it better to just eat soft rice? Su Xian smiled and said, I love to teach my disciples. I am happy to see my disciples grow up and become stronger. Can you understand? King Dinghai. That I can't understand it. Since you like it, go to the secret realm near Dinghai Academy. There you can meet many talented students every day. Maybe there will be one you like. King Dinghai couldn't guess the thoughts of young people nowadays. so he could only let them do whatever they want. By the way, old man, I have a gift for you. Ding Hai Wang handed a space ring to Su Xian. It's a thank you gift for saving my life. Do you think it's suitable? Su Xian took the ring with a smile and used his mental power to explore the items in the ring. A lot. His expression froze, and he handed the ring back. Old Hai, I dare to accept anything you give me, but I can't accept this. Chapter 70 The Novice Village Instructor with the greatest background in history. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Su Xian's reaction made everyone else very curious. What did Hai Lao give him? With Su Xian's contribution in this war, no one would say anything if he got more rewards. Take it. King Dinghai said, Su Ying told me a lot of things. I made this decision not on impulse, but after careful consideration. This is my thank you gift and also a token of the heart of the people of Wangcheng. King Dinghai already knew what happened in the World Channel, and he knew the things in the city even more, in terms of merit, character, qualifications, and personal vision. He felt that Su Xian was qualified to get what was in the ring. That's it. Lin Su Ying, Yong Yuan Ho, and Chang'an Ho seemed to have guessed something, and their faces were different. Take it if I tell you to. King Dinghai burst out with majesty, and forced the ring into Su Xian's hand. I believe you deserve it, and I will not let it be ashamed in the future. Teacher, you. Yong Yuan Ho had guessed the answer, and his face became very heavy. King Dinghai nodded. You guessed right, what I gave to Su Xian was the Dinghai stick. When they heard the three words, Dinghai stick, everyone on the field changed. Everyone in the world knows that the Dinghai stick is King Dinghai's life weapon. He has fought with King Dinghai for 300 years in the two worlds and killed countless monsters. Although it is only a legendary weapon, it is regarded as the guardian artifact of King Dinghai's city. Everyone thought that it would help King Dinghai fight for many more years, but they didn't expect that King Dinghai would give this weapon that had accompanied him for 300 years to Su Xian today. This also means that King Dinghai's time is running out. Everyone will die one day, no one is an exception. King Dinghai lived to be nearly 400 years old, which is considered a long life. There are very few people of his generation who are still alive. Most of them have died in battle or died of old age. Everyone was mentally prepared, but when they really faced the facts, they still couldn't help feeling uncomfortable. King Dinghai looked at his two disciples, Marquis Yongyuan and Marquis Chang'an. You two have good talents, but at your age, it is almost impossible to break through and become a king. Don't blame me for being unpleasant. Your strength cannot bring out the charm of Dinghai stick. Su Xian is still young, and his talent is the strongest among all the people I have seen. Even Su Ying is probably a little worse than him. The faces of Yongyuan Ho and Chang'an Ho changed, and they were obviously not convinced. They raised their eyebrows and looked at Shui Wang, but saw that Shui Wang had a faint smile on his lips, and seemed to agree with what the teacher said. This, they couldn't understand. They did admit that Su Xian had a high talent, but it was also true that Su Xian had learned too many things. At this age, he was still only in the Silver Moon realm, and his upper limit was destined not to be too high, and Shui Wang had already been a marquis at this age. The two were not at the same level at all. As if he had anticipated the two disciples' thoughts, King Dinghai smiled faintly. I have lived for 300 years, and you don't need to question my judgment of people. If you want to question me, you should live to my age first. If I am wrong, when we meet in the underworld, I will kowtow to you and admit my mistakes, and I will be your disciple. It won't be long before you understand my intentions. Now, you can sulk or complain to your wife and children, just don't embarrass me. After speaking, King Dinghai looked at Su Xian again. You kid should also fight for your dignity. I have praised you to the sky. Don't let Yongyuan and Chang'an slap me in the face when the time comes. Otherwise, the coffin board can't hold me down, and the old man will jump out and bite you when he dies. Su Xian smiled and said, Don't worry, it won't be long before the reputation of Dinghai's stick will spread throughout the two worlds again, and it will definitely be more powerful than you. Don't blame the younger generation for stealing the limelight when the time comes. Ha ha ha, good. King Dinghai laughed, I just like the madness of young people. After 3 rounds of drinking, except for Xiaoli, Everyone drank to their heart's content. King Dinghai, Yonyuan Ho and others left. Xianyuan Qingqing, who had been busy all day, also went to bed early, and Zhangmu went back to his room to practice alone. The unknown housekeeper knew that this world did not belong to him, so he slipped away quickly. There were only 3 people left in the courtyard. Xiaoli yawned. Teacher, please stay with my mother for a while to sober up, I'm going to sleep first. Mom, the teacher is new here, you should also take him to get familiar with it. The mansion is so big, what if he gets lost? You are all adults, don't always let me, a child, worry about some things. I'm going to sleep first. A sleepless night. In the next few days, Su Xian stayed in the Shueiyue Palace, talked with Shueiyue King about life ideals, the natural world, and explored the path of cultivation, taught several disciples to practice by the way, and replenished a bowl of chicken soup for struggle from time to time. During this period, the official issued a notice announcing that Dinghai King retired, and Shueiyue King Lin Suying temporarily served as the acting governor. The new governor will take office within 3 months, in early August, a good day. Mr. Su. Lin Suying found Su Xian, the secret realm of Longdu Academy has been arranged for you, and you can take up your post today. Okay, I'll pack up and go there right away. Su Xian was also bored, and 3 disciples were not enough for him to pull, hoping to find a good seedling in a big place like Dinghai King City. No need to pack up. Lin Suying smiled and said, the palace is not far from the secret realm. You can live here to save trouble. That's fine. Su Xian nodded. The palace is so big and has so many rooms. One more person won't make much difference. I'll take you there now. The 2 came to the secret realm next to Dinghai Academy. This is the secret realm with the largest flow of people in the entire Dinghai royal city, including all dungeons from bronze to Tianhe level. Monsters of the Marquis level and above will not appear in the dungeon. To kill monsters of this level, you can only go to the wilderness and the battlefield between the 2 realms, or directly enter the game world Luolan Star. But that can no longer be called training, that was a real-life death battle. When Lin Suying brought Su Xian to the secret realm, King Dinghai, Marquis Yonyuan, Marquis Chang'an, and 3 disciples were also there. What made Su Xian laugh and cry the most was that each of these people brought a silk banner. At a glance, the world is big, but the teacher is the greatest. The former governor, King Dinghai, was designated as an excellent mentor by the current governor, King Shueiyue. He has made great contributions to the city defense. No one can compare to him in the first 500 years, and he will be admired by the world in the next 5,000 years. Looking at the more exaggerated blessings, Su Xian was stunned. I just want to be a mentor for newbies. How come it is more grand than the governor taking office? King Dinghai came over with a smile. Su Xian boy, how is my arrangement? Is it the effect you expected? TSK, this lineup is full, and there will definitely be a lot of people scrambling to be your disciples in the future. From now on, who in Dinghai Wangqing will not know you? No one in this Wangqing dares to compete for the disciple you choose. As he said, King Dinghai took out another stack of documents and handed them to Su Xian. School will start in September, and the Blue Star Higher Education Institute Freshman Exchange Competition will begin soon. There are seeded players who are expected to compete for the World Championship. Take a look. Maybe there will be one you like. Also, the Tower of Delusion and the Tower of Death will also be opened. I got you a few invitations. You can go and take a look when you have time.